Hi, myself Diganta Dey. I'm the producer and the director of the film Monsoon Clips, which is invited by Beyond Earth Film Festival, and I'm thankful to them to select my work. So yeah, the story. I think my story started from the year 2011. Actually, I'm from the village called Tufanganj, which is situated in Coochbehar district of West Bengal. So I've been born and brought up over there. So I mean, on that time, in high school in 2011, I started my own short stories and poems and all. So, but yeah, on that time, I wrote a good film script, which is called an ID or the identity, which is on the issue of enclave issue, as in the India and Bangladesh enclave issue, which is mostly the burning issue on that time. So yeah, actually I sent to the to an Hollywood agency based in New York, and they said, "Oh, it's a good script and a marvelous research, but they can't make the film because because some issues over there on the time." So actually, it hurts me because on the age of and at the age of 17 when you just said that it's a good script and you invested mostly your research time and most your hard work, and you invested so much of things, but when you just appreciated by them, but they said that yeah, they can make, then I mean, one things click on my mind that if if you are a good writer, if you invested so much of your times, your best of your hard work, then why not you can make your own film. So that's how the ideas generated. And after that, in 2012, I came to Kolkata for pursuing my high studies. So on that time on college, so I'm basically graduated from the Motijhil College under West Bengal State University. So I took a subject called journalism and mass comm. So on this subject, you have to make your own audio visual works and you have to submit to the faculty. So on that time, I saw many of my senior batches, they're submitting their own projects, which is marvelous, which is so much beautiful movies are there, so much of documentaries and fictions as well. So on that time, I made the Silent Hill, which is an experimental in genre. The Silent Hill is a no dialogue movie. It's an experimental movie which I made and submitted to many film festivals, and it is curated by 21st Kolkata International Film Festival, where the Indian premiere will be held. And after that, then a world premiere was held on Just Gather Film Festival in Edinburgh, UK, which is part of Edinburgh University. So it's a big, what I can say, it's a big success of my team, which curate me to make good movies as well. So it pushed me up that yeah, you can we have faith on you. You can make good movies. So that's how the my filmmaking journey was started. Monsoon Clips. So Monsoon Clips is my fifth project. So before that, I have made four films is in different genre and different, kind of. So my first film, The Silent Will, is on a little bit experimental with no dialogue, and which is released in 2015. After that, I have made Kalnabati or My Toy World, which is an experimental animation film, which is a rare animation format called Chucky Mission, which is rare enough in Asia. So after that, Mona Lisa Feelings, which is a narrative fiction, and after that, Roadside Scientist, the documentary. So if you nurture my filmography, then you can find that all are the films and are different by their past one. So yeah, so on that time, I so okay. The story actually, Monsoon's story is started with a no story. Yeah, I'll explain how it happens. Because wherever I go, so wherever wherever I went to travel, wherever I went on road, there's everyday life, and I saw an object which is good enough to shoot. So that's how the random shooting is done. So there is no such big plan or no such script over there. So the film was basically shooted before the script and around 2 years back. So after that, on 2018, mid on yeah on the end mid of 2018, we have the proper script, and I choose two ways. I mean, the two ways of storytelling. Why? The monsoon clips, many people can see the two, I mean, the two ways of storytelling. Like, first one is Muhammad Hussein and Ila, who were the Muhammad Hussein is an Indian Air Force pilot, and Ila is an houser. So they are the their own untold words of their souls. So there's a conversation between two dying souls. So this is another little bit touch of what I can say is a little bit touch of their affection, of love and all. So they're the letters and the poems of to their beloved. So this is another part, and the other hand, the main part was this, the Indian Air Force issues, which is the MiG planes. So the MiG planes crashes every day. I mean, not an every day, but yeah, you can find at least a one news which is a MiG plane crashed. So this is the main burning issues right now, which is a kind of socio-political genre. So I mean, right now we had lost 110 pilots for this the MiG planes crash, so which is on a big number. But government is not so much paying attention to that, and they're using the expired aircraft. So if you know that one is a machine, if it expired enough, then what is the consequences? And many ex-IAF officials said that the MiG planes are not called off flying coffins. So you now, just from this word, the flying coffins, you may conceptualize that what is the big consequences of that. So that's how my story is kind of a socio-political, and then there's also a love story. So that's how I wrote the total entire script of Monsoon Clips. So yeah, that's how the monsoon clips are conceptualized. And yeah, the name, because monsoon, why I put this name, because monsoon is the season of grief. I know the water is running down, and the season of grief, there is no such big sunlight. So yeah, so many people, many poetic people are so I mean put or just choose this session, and to choose this this time to make their own poems. So the film is totally entirely based on some poems and from shairis, from kind of that. So that's why I chose this name, the monsoon. And the clips means, yeah, so if you can make clips by any mobile phones, cameras as well. So there is all total, there is no as such planned shots. So that's why I make this name, that the monsoon clips. The monsoon clips justified this, the whole situations as going on. So yeah, that's how the monsoon clips journey started. There are so much pros and cons in mobile filmmaking. So if you plan, you have a plan to shoot a film on mobile, so you have to think about the three major things, which is a FPS problem or frame per second problem, because mobile has their own sensor and their own calculation of FPS settings. So if you set, majorly the filmmakers have set the 24 or 25 FPS per second, I mean frames per second, but the mobile has their own calculation and they set their own style. So the problem is, in the same video on which is exported by them to the PC, the problem is, I mean, the same shot, we found that there are 3 or 4 FPS changes. So it loses the creativity, it loses the the depth of the shot, and if we shot in mobile phones. These are major problems, first one. And the second one is, the main problem in India, there are no such gears are available, and no such international gears which will compete with international film, I mean international mobile filmmaking style right now. So the problem majorly with iPhones. So the iPhone has so much gears, but no, but other brands have no such gears right now. So if you are planning to shoot kind of a creative shot, so then you have to physically presence over there. So otherwise you can't, so you have then your own measurements and all. So otherwise you can't take a good shot about it. Because if you suppose an example, if you shot on a good sea shot, which is an monsoon clips, you can see. But the problem is, I have to go there by physically in the middle of sea. I mean, not middle. I mean, there's a risky zone of sea, so which is a kind of a big risk. I mean, or such as an example, if you want to shot on a busy road with a creative style, the problem is you have to physically presence over there with no zoom in and zoom out, or there's not there's zoom in and zoom out, but kind of you have to presence over there and physically by changes in anything. So these are the pros, I mean these are the cons. And the pros is, yeah, all people know that mobile is any that kind of device, you have, which can justify in your pocket. So in every situation, whether it's a bad weathers or there is a good weathers, or bad environments and all, or that there's a no problem for mobile filmmaking, which is major problems in conventional filmmaking as well. So yeah, so these are the main difference and these are the main pros and cons. So if anyone planning to do a mobile film, so you have to think all these issues. Yeah, my favorite aspects of filmmaking, whether it conventional or mobile. So the main major part, this is this called span. The span between the action to cut. So those span you can make your own world. I mean your own story or the another story which you want to portray. So this part makes revolution in society. These parts creates an emotions, to cry, I mean to cry, to laugh, to what I can say, to enter in a deeper world. So you as a filmmaker, is the best part of the things that you are the master of this part, I mean the span. So you can make in a different world, which can hunt most audiences, and the most audiences mind, most audiences souls that you can connect with. Thanks. Firstly, congratulate Beyond Art Film Festival, and thanks to them to select my work, Monsoon Clips. And yeah, I heard about these festivals 2 years ago for their best curation in Kolkata. The many film festivals are running now in Kolkata, but yeah, it's Beyond Art Film Festival is one of them, especially on a top format of this all these film festivals, and for their management, for their such communication, for their such an arrangement to see global content, and their curation as well. So I'm very much fond of these festivals. Yeah, so maybe next year, yeah, I want to physically presence over here to see some good movies. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, short film is kind of content that you can say your own words, you can say your stories, you can see, I mean you can share your creative works through a short span of time. And the people are all over, worldwide. The short film is now in a popular genre, and many Oscar winner filmmaker, many international award-winning filmmakers are now doing short films, to I mean to curate their creative art. Because many people thought that a short film is very easy to make, but there's my personal opinion is very very difficult. Because you have to tell your film, I mean you have to tell your own big stories in a certain time. I mean, certain 10 to 15 minutes, or mostly in 20 minutes of time, so which is most difficult enough to make. And also now, right now, the what I can say, the need of short films is right now in booming up. I mean, before 4 to 5 years, there's no such market for short films. But right now, as a major enough markets are made by many streaming sites, many platforms, many OTT platforms are coming up to buy your short films. So it's right now is also a creative aspect also, but also you can suggest the part as a partial earning as well. So yeah, so short films, yeah, I'm a short filmmaker and I'm proud that I'm a short filmmaker. But many people are right now doing short films, which may be best sometimes it based enough from their feature films. So yeah, so make short films, create awareness to the society. And yeah, of course, the short film has the power enough to curate, or what I can say, to inject your ideology, your goodwill, your message to people, who are founding off. Thank you. Thanks enough.